You are standing on top of one of the most unnoticed and underappreciated pieces of infrastructure that engineers build. You likely drive over dozens of them every day, and if they are designed well, you will hopefully never notice they are there. Massachusetts has 25,000 of them, and unfortunately, the majority of these structures have issues that can directly affect both you and the wildlife that we share our space with. As climate change gets worse, natural waterways will continue to get more powerful. So how do we increase climate resilience around rivers? How do we keep ecosystems connected, even as our developments create barriers to these vital passages for wildlife? To put it simply, we use culverts. But what is a culvert? A culvert is a passageway that is designed to eliminate the conflict of nature and infrastructure. If you design a road to cross a waterway without properly accounting for erosion, it will quickly get eaten away. To fix this, we install culverts. They allow safe passage for human resources, natural waterways, and our natural wildlife. Fish and wildlife utilize culverts the same way we utilize a bridge, so it is important to maintain that connection. Some aquatic wildlife need to migrate upstream to breed or locate food. In addition, terrestrial creatures use these culverts for safe passage beneath roads. Here we see just one example of the problems animals face with our current infrastructure. If water is too shallow or too fast, fish will be left struggling to get where they need to go. The cost to design around this is manageable and should be considered. The Massachusetts Stream Crossing Standards lay out a framework for building climate-resilient and eco-friendly infrastructure. Unfortunately, in our 20 assessments of culverts in Massachusetts, we did not see a single stream crossing that met all of the standards. A well-designed culvert, according to the standards, is wider than the riverbed, has 3 sides, and a natural bottom. It is properly aligned so that it does not impact the natural flow of the body of water or interrupt wildlife movement through the bodies of water. It is essentially a miniature bridge with fill between it and the road. While these standards cost more to implement, they drastically increase climate resiliency and aquatic connectivity, as well as reducing long-term costs. Another problem that we face is that culverts do not last forever. In fact, they normally only last about 50 years. In Massachusetts, 18% of assessed culverts are already significantly deteriorated. This poses a serious structural hazard and puts the road at risk of failure. Once a culvert fails, it is significantly more expensive to fix. To prevent this hazard, it is important to understand the conditions of our local culverts. Assessments of culverts provide important data for repairing at-risk culverts and improving wildlife connection. In Massachusetts, only around 40% of culverts have been formally assessed with the NAACC standards. We should be aiming not only for 100% assessed, but also for regular assessments every few years. So what can you do to make a difference? Understanding the problem is half of the battle. One of the main barriers that we have found to mobilizing funding was a lack of awareness about the issue. Share this video to get the word out. If you are curious about a culvert near you, you can check to see if it has been assessed in the NAACC website. If you are looking to get directly involved, you can contact your local coordinators about getting trained to do assessments of culverts in your local community. You can visit the Nashua River Watershed Association or NAACC websites to learn more.